All right. Good morning, Bernard. How are you?
Good morning, Dr. Priscilla. I'm ready to learn.
Okay, so today we're going to read from News and Levels, Leopard Eats Too Much. And we are looking at an image. Tell me about this image that you see. What do you see and what do you think about what you see?
In the picture, I can see a leopard is like a beautiful cat,
Mm-hmm.
big cat, and this leopard is special because it's a white leopard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
it's an unusual looking leopard. There was a time, I'm not sure if they still do it, but they would make leather coats out of the leopard's fur. And the animal rights people were so against killing these animals to make coats and things.
yes,
All right. So if you would start to read, that would be fantastic.
a snow leopard broke into a sheep pen in China and ate so much that he could not make the jump back over the fence to escape. He eventually gave up and lay down for a little post-dinner snooze. Herdsmen later captured the big cat. Snow leopards are extremely rare, even more so than giant pandas, and are one of the highly protected animals in China. They are listed on the International Union for the Conservation of Nature Red List of threatened species. People found the leopard just under 1.5 meters in length and weighing around 100 kilograms, but they can get much bigger than that. Once officers manage to get him moving again, they release him back into the wild. Difficult roads, pen, an enclosed area for animals, snooze, a short light sleep, species, a kind of an animal.
Okay. So I will read Leopards Eats Too Much, Level 3. A snow leopard broke into a sheep pen in China and ate so much that he could not make the jump back over the fence to escape. He eventually gave up and lay down for a little post-dinner snooze. Herdsmen later captured the big cat. Snow leopards are extremely rare, even more so than giant pandas, and are one of the highly protected animals in China. They are listed on the International Union for the Conservation of Nature's Red List of Threatened Species. People found the leopard just under 1.5 meters in length and weighing around 100 kilograms, but they can get much bigger than that. Once officers managed to get him moving again, they released him back into the wild. Difficult words: pen, an enclosed area for animals; snooze, a short, light sleep; species, a kind of an animal. All right, so there we read about an animal that ate himself, and he ate so much that he was not able to make a jump back over the fence. What did you think of this article, Bernard?
Uh, I, I, I'm surprised because I couldn't imagine that the leopard could weigh around 100 kilometers. For, in my opinion, it was a small animals, a little bit more than a cat,
Mm-hmm.
but not so much weight, and it's surprising.
Mm-hmm.
And this leopard, uh, I, I didn't know also that there was some kind of animals in China,
Mm-hmm.
and that was as rare as panda.
Okay. So I'm
Uh,
going to look, how many pounds are in a kilogram? How many pounds equal 100 kilograms? Wow, that was a big cat. He weighs 220 pounds.
yes,
Wow, that's huge.
yes,
That in itself would suggest that he was too big to jump over a fence.
yes, because he added a lot of sheep.
Yeah, and he ate a lot of sheep while he was there. The sheep were probably afraid of him once he jumped over the fence to begin with.
Of course, of
Mm,
course.
that's amazing.
In my country, we have the same problem today with wolves.
With
In
what?
mountain, in
What? What is?
south,
What is this animal that you have problems with?
the wolf,
Wolves. Okay.
because the wolf had completely disappeared after the Second World War,
Mm-hmm.
and from about I don't know 20 years about, he
Yeah.
reappeared in the mountains, and he developed his number. And today it's a real problem for the shepherd because sometimes the wolf kills many sheep.
Oh
And
wow.
the shepherds are completely worried about that, disturbed, and in very good mood.
Mhm.
And they will they would kill the wolf if they can, but it's forbidden because the wolf is protected by the Union European.
I say similar to as you're saying.
Yes, and it's a big problem for us. And sometimes they manifest. They have a meeting to to show that they are against the wolf.
Mm-hmm. Mm, mm. So, what do the sheep? Uh, uh, do the people in your country? Do they have sheep dogs? Do they have people, or do they have an electric fence? How do they try to protect their sheep from the wolves?
After the Second World War, at the beginning, many sheep were with a shepherd in the mountain,
Mm-hmm.
and today it's always the same thing, but there's less shepherd than before, and sometimes, most of the time, there are special dogs who are called the patu. It's the name of this kind of dog.
Uh-huh.
And the patu has big dog
Right.
that are specialized to protect the herd,
Mm-hmm.
the herd.
Right. Right.
Yes, but of course there's also a fence for the night to
Yeah.
protect the herd, but it's not sufficient.
Right.
Sometimes the wolves going well and kill a lot of animals
Mm-hmm.
instead of all the protects around the sheep.
Yeah. It's so sad because all the killing that they do, they are not going to eat all of them. So
No, they kill for the pleasure sometimes.
oh, okay. I didn't know that, but I can imagine that as well.
They kill to eat, but they kill more than
And they can consume.
need.
Hmm. All right. So let's see if we can talk about this article without so much reading it or sounding like the article and using whatever vocabulary words you can think of. So I heard you use the word herd, which is not in this article. I use the word fence, which is the same as maybe protecting them. So what is are there any guarantees that that the government, or how does the government become notified if people are killing the animal that is killing their sheep? How would they know? Who tells? How do they find out? How does the government find out? There is no right or wrong answer. I'm just trying to make conversation.
Uh, the government and the shipper are not agree about the treatment for the wolves. The shippers ask to the right to kill the wolves, and it's forbidden by the Convention of Geneva. It's completely forbidden.
Okay, so what we know from what you just said, that the shepherds, which are the people, they are forbidden to kill the animals.
Yes.
My question is, how will the government know that if I was a shepherd and I saw a wolf, I think I would kill the wolf and maybe bury the wolf? They would not know. Or maybe they're doing that already.
Oh, perhaps some shipper try.
Shepherd.
Perhaps sometime a shepherd try to kill a wolf and bury it and hope that it will not be discovered. Okay. But it's really rare. Most of the time, the police investigate and they find the culprit, and he was punished. He was in front of the trial, and most of the time there's a big meeting outside the trial.
Yeah.
The other shippers cry and manifest against the government and say it's not right to punish the shepherd because it's his job to protect his animals.
Right, and that's most likely the way he makes a living, by raising the sheep as a shepherd. So that's one word that you should work on, which is shepherd.
Shepherd.
Yeah, shepherd. I've never seen a snow leopard before. I think I've only seen a wolf on TV. I've never seen a snow leopard even on TV. But looking at this picture, he or she is very, very pretty. But I can imagine that was some sight to see that snow leopard lying down on the ground amongst the sheep when the shepherds came to inventory his lot that day. I think I would have been so upset with that. But it is as it is. All right, sir. Thank you so much, Bernard, for today's lesson. I wish that you will have a most beneficial review of the service that is going to be taking place in the next couple of days. I'm going to pause the recording and stop the recording.